I'm not sure. I'm trying to make sure we're recording. We're not. There we are. Okay. Sorry about that. Things you got to do on the road. So here I am on vacation. We're on the Buy to Play account because that's the only one I have access to while I'm on the road. I'm gonna try to remedy that in the near future, but we'll see. But I want to let you know these are my actual favorites that I have on my account that I use. You can see that Hero and Maurice are Gear 9. The reason I still have them on my heroes favorited is because their runes aren't done. You can say I have plenty I could put on Frozone. Don't know if I want to. Don't know if I want to take Ian up. Thought I needed to take Big Baby up because we were having I was having a little problem with the Toy Story Ascension, but I was able to make it through okay. So now we're on to another section of Ascension we'll get to in a little bit. But I still want to get him finished at some point. I don't know if that's going to happen right now. Then we have Wendy. I'm trying to decide. I thought she was going to be my next Oceanic to take up. She still might be the Oceanic I take to tier 9 or King Triton. Let me know who you think I should take up, either Wendy or King Triton, in the comments, because I really want to know. We can have a talk and back and forth and all that. You can see we got the Wonderland people. They're all at tier 8. Could push them to tier 9. I just don't know if any of them are really worth pushing to tier 9. You see we have Cheshire and the Mad Hatter and the Caterpillar and the March Hare and the White Rabbits there as well. Then there's another Oceanic. I don't think I need to invest any more to him in Papagain 2. Because, if you've done the Ascension after you get through the Toy Story phase, then you begin this Lilo and Stitch phase where you have to have essentially 2 members of the Lilo and Stitch team. You have to have Stitch plus 1, and then whoever your mythicals are. For the mythicals, I of course took in the Alice in Wonderland team. I took the White Rabbit in the back, giving speed to whoever. We have Cheshire in the back next to him. We have a Caterpillar on the front line. Then we have Gantu and Stitch. We'll get here to in a little bit, but I could take Maleficent to Gear 9 also. I just don't know. And then we're to Barlink. Got to get him to tier 8, of course. Miguel, I think that's his name, from Cusco, who we're gonna have to take up eventually. I just don't know when, and I just don't know when I'm gonna get to him. Lotso, probably gonna come off because I thought I needed to get him for the Toy Story portion, but he's probably gonna go away. And then there's Captain America Lightyear, which I think we're gonna have to wait on too. And then we're to the portion where we get really interesting. You can see I can equip most of these members of the Incredibles. I just don't know which one I should do first. I think if we're going to think about this logically, I think it's either going to be Mr. Incredible or Dash. It could be Elastigirl. I don't know. But obviously, we're going to have to knock them out one at a time. I'm just not. It's like I just don't know if I'm going to have enough time between now and then. And then we got Stitch, who I know I need to take up to tier 8. I mean, the Gear 8 just for the Stitch Ascension, because I got him in the middle, and he's inevitably the one they target the weak link, and he's the weak link. So we got to take him up so he has a little bit more survivability, just so we can get through that portion of the Ascension campaign. Then we get Jack, and then there is Alice. Alice is going to be our new. I think she's our mythical that we got to work on now that I'm done with the other 5, and I'm not really working on any other mythicals. So it's going to be Alice. I'm just wondering. I probably should just go with the Wonderland team that I got. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to. I might be able to put together some teams, and might be able to put them on if the next time the raid comes around, the problem is those characters still need runes. Talking about the Alice in Wonderland characters, we need a lot of runes. We'll go through them real quick. You can see where they are. See what kind of runes we need. Um, Basically, what we're low on, if you're wondering, is we're just low on gammas. We need gammas. You can see we got 59. I mean, 59, and we need. And it's not like we just need one ability. It's like we can. You're like looking, and we're like, yeah, you could do two, almost three abilities. And yeah, I could, but the problem is that gets Cheshire done. That gets the Cheshire Cat done, and having him done, and not having, um, you know, the Mad Hatter we can wait on, because the Mad Hatter you're running with the March Hare, but like I said, getting the Cheshire done does me no good because I still can't run it because I'm not going to run him without whoever, Caterpillar, and it kind of makes sense if you're going to run those two. You probably want to run him. You probably want to run them with the Marchero at least, right? I mean, just so he can use the help I need assistance thing. So if I rune up one, I have to rune up. I sort of have to rune up the other two at least, and maybe potentially all five. I don't know yet. Um, so there's that. But right now, I want to ask who, I think that I'm absolutely going to have to take the Incredibles up to 8 for this event. Of course, I've already got Frozone there, but who do you think is going to be the first required tune for this Edna event? Because obviously I'm not going to know until the event hits. But if you were laying money, where would you start with gearing up these tunes? I have them at 7. Obviously, Syndrome uses slightly different um, equipment than the others, just because he's a downtown villain and he's not a hero, downtown hero like the other 5, are. But let me know, who would you start with, and because I know I'm gonna have to level them up. I think they're gonna be fairly meta once we see what gear 10 looks like. I wouldn't be surprised if they're signaling, hey, we're getting rid of the shift of meta. Y'all need to be ready because it's about to go down with the Incredibles. Like, I totally see them just whatever the tier 10 kicks, whatever the gear 10 kits look like. I can see them being like, everybody being like, oh, I guess it's time to level the Incredibles. Totally see that happening. And then of course we'll have to see what the kits look like after that. But you can probably see that I'm at 161 of 163, and you're probably like, hey, who are you liking? Well, we'll get to that here in a bit. Now the question is, should I just bypass the Incredibles and should I just try to finish my princesses? Because I have one done. Of course, that's the Queen. I could easily put some. You can see here, I can easily put some time into. I could easily put some gear into Rapunzel, Moana, Snow, Tiana, Belle. Not that I would put gear into Belle. But there's a lot of options that I could go with this gear. If you don't know, I'm not one of these guys who are like, I have to be the best at PvP. I just don't like using soup. That's my only thing. I'm not a soup guy. I will use any other team to beat soup other than soup, which is why I play princesses. So let me know in the comments if you were like looking at either of my princesses, which they'll be done eventually. But just looking, where would you spend the upgrade right now? Because obviously it's gonna be from taking 7 to 8, and there's obviously the candidates are here in this section of it's either gonna be one of the Incredibles or it's gonna be Stitch, and obviously Stitch will help me move through the Ascension, so it might not just not beat him because he's the only Oceanic here. Unfortunately, he is going to take a lot of resources away from a lot of these other tunes. So that's kind of where I am. But let me know. I don't know that I'm going to be able to necessarily put together a decent raid team with the Alice in Wonderland tunes, but if you think I can, let me know, and I will try to get one out. Anyway, guys, I just want to give you an update. We are on vacation for another few days, and then we'll be heading back. And then, but I'll probably be putting out another video between now and then. But I just wanted to give you all a heads up. All right, guys, take it easy. Appreciate it. Like, subscribe, tell your friends about everything that we get going on here, and I'm gonna be back later. Have a good one. We'll see you then. Bye.